Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Renew.
Renew who?
Renew my mind.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are thrilled that for over 35 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only buying, selling, and investing over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fun, build your faith, build your finances, build your fitness, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside of relationship. We're going to discover the power of affirming prayer. And you might be saying, what is affirming prayer?
Yeah. Well, it's a combination of affirmations and prayer.
Exactly.
And we believe it's powerful.
Well, it's been powerful in our life, right?
And we made it up.
So ultimately, what we want to do as faith-filled people is get our directive from God rather than just from ourselves, right? Sometimes he's put wisdom in us that's pretty extraordinary, and sometimes his wisdom is beyond the wisdom I have. Well, I guess always, right? And so I want to connect with God spirit to spirit. And by stating and affirming prayer what I desire to have and what I believe he's calling me to have. Right? Like it's aligning spirit.
To have or to do.
To have, to be, to do, to have, and to give. Right? It could be any of those four.
Or all of them in harmony.
All of them in harmony is easy to lose focus. So what affirming prayer has done for us is kept us focused on what we believe God is calling us to. Whether it's who we're to be, what we're to do, what we're to have, or what we're to give.
Yeah. And I think, taking your thoughts captive is an important piece. And when you do affirming prayers, I believe it does that. And we're going to give you some examples a little later on so that you go, what the heck is an affirming prayer, right? Yeah.
And the renewing of your mind is something that we're asked to do. Have our mind renewed to the obedience of Christ.
Yeah, and I think what it does is really affect your core beliefs. So when you say you're affirming prayers, and we do them morning and night, we write them out once, or you can write them out every day if you want, and we read them, or Yetta's even recorded them on her phone. So while she's doing a mild exercise, like rebounding on a bouncing trampoline, she'll listen to her affirming prayers.
And not only do I listen, because I want it to actually go into my subconscious, because it's something I believe I'm called to, right? It's not just somebody else's words. They're things that have been placed in my spirit, in my heart, that are meant for me in this season. And so what I do when I first write them a whole bunch of times until I kind of feel like I own them,
right?
Like they are clear and concise and speak to me, because I believe that's what they're meant to do.
Exactly.
That's why you might be able to borrow somebody else's, but probably not. It's a very personal journey. And then I eventually record it in my own voice. And then when I play it back, I actually have learned that I still get distracted when I'm listening. So if I recite it in my mind as I'm listening, whether I'm just sitting in a chair listening, whether I'm sitting outside in my yard listening, whether I'm having a mild swim while I'm listening, or whether I'm rebounding, all of those things, whether it's I'm doing nothing or I'm doing something, I still get distracted. Do you, Ken?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Exactly. And so by focusing and reciting the words silently as a prayer, even when there's a recording, then I am much more present in my prayer time.
Yeah. And I think when they talk about in the Bible, renewing your mind, holding your mind captive.
Taking thoughts captive.
Yeah. I think some of it is in the subconscious. And when you do affirming prayers, what it's doing is it's programming the subconscious so that your beliefs start to change, your actions will start to change, and your results will change. And we get that done subconsciously. You know, I used to tell people, I still do at work, the conscious brain is the goal setter. The unconscious brain is the goal getter. And that's what the affirming prayers do.
And sometimes people will have a strong reaction to thought of programming. Here's the reality, though. We're already programmed. We've been programmed by what we've been told. We've been programmed by the experiences we've had. We're programmed by the things we've watched. We've been programmed by our teachers, our parents, our culture. We're already programmed.
Yeah,
the
we're
difference
being programmed by what we watch,
that's
social media and everything, right?
We're
So
programmed.
this is a way of reprogramming, renewing our mind.
And what the word I like to use is transformation is the business God's into. He's into the business of transformation, which means there's a new form.
Right.
There's actually something that's transpired. He said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind in Christ Jesus.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm just going to slip in a little invitation here. You may have heard of our Wealth Building Wisely workshop that is coming up on September 25th. And just a little reminder that when the show's done, drop into dekkerteam.com and register for that. I would say it might be life-changing. I would hope so.
Well, I would hope so too, because it will actually program your mind. Like it's part of this whole conversation. And if you want to have a debate about this, we could have a debate any day of the week. We are open for it. You can email us actually together at dekkerteam.com. This is our journey and we're not attempting to impose it upon you. And yet if we don't share why we do what we do, you look kind of sideways at us sometimes.
Yeah. So here's a couple of examples, right? God, I love the thought that your wisdom really is available to me when I seek it. And that causes me to think, you know what? I love the thought that wisdom now can assist me in creating harmony within my mind, body, soul, or spirit, finances, and relationships. This is amazing.
It really is. And I love the thought that I align my every decision with you, God, the decisions that fit what you have instructed me through your word and through your spirit. Yeah. Thinking about it now, though, what I really love the thought about is that as I make those decisions that are in alignment with you, I actually follow through with 100% commitment on the decision that I made.
And God, I love the thought that I spend less than I earn.
I love the thought that I nurture connection every time I interact with somebody.
My challenge to you is write out 3 affirming prayers and read them in the morning and at night. We're thrilled that you joined us on Life's Inside Track because when we move forward together, we got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward